Excellent. So let's talk about remediation. So, I mean, at the end of the day, getting into nature, but if you like, we're playing paddle and pickleball and you got rubber shoes still, yeah, then you take your shirt off, you get a lot of sun. You might be getting sort of electrons into you, but you're not really earthing as long as you've got something between yourself and the earth. But you do feel even better, even if you get a lot of sun. Is that from a electrical change that's happening with your mitochondria? Do you
Well,
think?
yeah, if you're out there exercising, I mean, you're accidentally touching the earth a lot, no matter whether, one way or another. Um, but you're breathing oxygen, it's a lot more than just grounding alone.
Okay.
But depends on the humidity, the amount of electrons that are, I mean, the humidity in the air, there's just a lot of things that can enter into. People who live by the water are healthier than people who live inland
Hmm.
because there's more free electrons in the air. There's more, it's like O2 saturation. If you have respiratory issues, then all you have to do is take your shoes off, stand on the earth for even just a couple of minutes, and your O2 saturation will instantly rise, from the low 90s to the high 90s. And so what is that all about? It has to do with when your body becomes more negative, oxygen being more positive, then it's more efficient uptake of electrons or of oxygen molecules. And so you pink up and then you oxygenate the tissues or the red blood cells.
Yeah.
And they carry the oxygen to the tissue, and then all of a sudden everybody turns pink. And they're a little happier, a little more energetic. So it's not just grounding alone. Grounding is probably, I think the grounding is the electrical stability, meaning that you have a constant source of free electrons to prevent charge, to prevent oxidation of healthy tissues. That's the primary function of grounding. It prevents, it is your invisible shield against inflammation. You've always had it, and it's free. It comes with nature. It's birthright. But when we put shoes on, we lost it. So all of these, it's about maintaining your natural, restoring your natural environment, homeostasis. It's about putting the body back in nature, putting the body back in the environment that it developed in, that it evolved in. When you remove the body from that, then chaos begins to manifest. So the miracle of grounding is very simple. It's free. You just go outdoors, and what I tell everybody, I said, sure, there are products, and we need to get more of them made more available to more people because they're not that expensive. But what you can do in the meantime is find a chair and a little bit of shade, go outdoors, take your shoes off, put your bare feet on the earth, and stay there until the pain goes away. It ain't going to take very long.
Wow.
Because you cannot have pain you cannot have inflammation in a grounded object. You can't have fire, that you in a grounded body. You can't have oxidative stress. The free electrons of the earth are nature's primal antioxidant, is probably the best way to say it.
Sure. Wow.
And we
now you're
lost
just
it.
about to turn like 80 and you've done all these extreme sports and skiing and that. So you staying grounded. And do you have any pain, and do you have any other stories like that people can sort of connect with, maybe a male or female over the years? I'm sure you've seen thousands of clients, but maybe like talk about your own experience, because now, I mean, I have a lot of clients. I've been doing prolotherapy and injection therapy for 14 years, using platelets and ozone and those things. And so this just looks like something that could really help my patients heal by getting them to ground as much as you can. But give us your story and maybe a couple of other stories of people that grounded that had significant issues.
Yeah. Now, grounding is fundamental. It's not a treatment. It's something that it's part of nature. It's who we are.
Yeah.
And but anyhow, when I was I retired when I was 50 years old. I had spent 30 years in the communications industry. Before that, I grew up as a cowboy or whatever, and I enjoyed skiing, and I have broken half a dozen bones. I've done whatever. But by the time I was 50, I had so much pain in my body. One day I went outdoors out the back door and I just looked up at the sky and I said, God, why did you make my body with so much pain in it?
Mm.
And that was the beginning of this journey.
Sure. Well done. Well done, Clint.
So anyhow, I learned that this pain is in my body, that I created this pain in my body, but I didn't understand any of it. So I just, this was everything that I learned about grounding came to me intuitively. It came to me from nature. It came to me out of out of wherever these things come from, because this was not my mission in life. This is not my background, although grounding was.
Mm.
But I just one day asked that question. I wonder if there's a consequence to no longer being naturally grounded. And sure enough, pain started to go away. And then I started grounding other people. And they all said the same thing. This is crazy. How come we don't know about this? How come nobody ever told us about this? And especially me, 30 years in grounding. How come I didn't know about this? I know more about grounding than most 99, I mean, it's a rare thing to, have as much grounding background as I do. So anyhow, so I started grounding myself, and today I'm 80, I'll be 80 years old on the 14th, just a few days of July. And I don't have any pain. I can walk 5 miles. I go to Pilates 3 times a week. I am as strong as an ox. I have more energy now than I mean, it just keeps getting better.
Sure.
But it's cumulative. Grounding is cumulative because the body, the things that happen in the body, they didn't happen overnight. They happened over a period of years.
Yeah.
And the immune system can repair anything. And I have seen miracles. I have seen arthritic crippling like this actually straighten out.
Sure.
I mean, some bone damage is never going to straighten out totally, but depending on the degree of it, I have seen, the body is a self-healing mechanism. It knows what to do. All we have to do is feed it, breathe it, good air, get some sunshine, and now we know, take the stress off the immune system by restoring the body's primal reservoir of antioxidants.
Sure.
So